Hey, what's going on, everyone?
We've got a Google Pixel.
What happened here? What happened? Go back to the video that I was
Country
trying to
with a lot of...
There we go. It finally worked. Dutch memes. Let's get into it. I'm certainly sometimes a bit perplexed by memes, as my dad would say. My dad calls them memes. Have you seen this meme? Good stuff. Dutch memes. Country with a lot of spices. Should say country with a lot of tulips. Country with a lot of windmills. Country with a lot of bikes and bike infrastructure. Let's get into it. I hope all y'all are doing diddly-damn-tastic. The weather's amazing. We're into the middle of summer now. It's the end game. Let's go.
Country with a lot of spices. Exist. The Dutch. It's free real estate.
Does that have to do with the Dutch colonial empire? I've been trying to read up a bit on like Dutch history. I know about the 80 Years' War, the 30 Years' War, gaining independence from the Spanish Empire in the 16th century, I think it was. It's really interesting reading about all that stuff and how Europe has changed throughout the years and different kind of monarchies and different rulers of different areas, and how the people ultimately exerted their will to kind of gain that independence, not just in Holland and not in the Netherlands, but all around Europe. It's pretty interesting. Having 4.5 to 5.5 times as many casualties as Finland, but winning the war. Okay.
4.5 to 5.5 times as many casualties as Finland, but winning the war. Losing almost your entire air force, and the Sinai Peninsula to Israel, which doubled in size. Losing to Vietnamese rice farmers with little to no military training. Surrendering in 38 minutes to Britain. Forgetting you're at war with Isles of Scilly, and being at war with them for 335 years.
Okay, I don't know what that war really refers to. Does that mean Sicily? Or wait, no, it can be Sicily. The Isles of Scilly. What are the... We're gonna have to do some little look-sees here. Isles of Scilly. And is that how it's pronounced? I know it's like an AI reading it. Okay. Archipelago. It's beautiful. Where's it at? Oh. Off the tip of Cornwall, England. Wow. They look tropical. Cool.
The entire Dutch economy. Stable investment.
Tulips? Flowers? Let's see.
Pretty flowers. Fight for the Allies. Fight for the Germans. Remain neutral and sell cocaine.
What?
Nazis. What was that sound in the attic? Dutch citizens. That's just the cat. Girl. Come over. The Dutch. Can't, I'm busy. Girl. I got spices. The Dutch. Netherlands in 1621. What have you got for me? I'll take all of it. The Dutch. Destroy the dikes and flood the countryside in defense. Germans. Parachute behind the dikes. The Dutch. The Dutch Navy in 1672. The Dutch Army in 1672. The Netherlands in 1940s Europe. The Netherlands in 1940s Indonesia.
Okay, what was going on in Indonesia? Let's just say a lot of these are going over my head. Netherlands, or Dutch in Indonesia, I guess, Dutch in Indonesia. Dutch East Indies, right. Dutch played a significant role in Indonesia's history as the language of the Dutch colonial era and the Dutch East Indies. Yeah, they had quite the empire, which was established in the 1600s. Dutch was the official language of the colony and is still spoken by some communities of Indo-Eurasian descent. The Dutch East Indies, yeah. Huge swath of land and islands, and pretty crazy, isn't it? The imperial nature of a lot of countries throughout history. Obviously, not just the Netherlands. Imperialism is kind of gone the wayside right now, except for a select few of countries. But we're still learning about it and dealing with it and reckoning with it today. It's interesting. But what happened in 1940s specifically? Dutch in Indonesia, 1940s. So like I said, I had a lot of this stuff is over my head. In the 1940s, the Dutch presence in Indonesia was marked by both the Japanese invasion and the subsequent Indonesian independence movement. The Japanese swiftly overran the colony in 1942, ending Dutch rule and ushering in a period of occupation. Okay. So I don't know why it's like a angry grizzly bear.
Foundation of the Netherlands. Colorized circa 1581. 50% sea. 50% weed. White people can't handle spicy food. Dutch East India Company. Dutch people going for a walk like. Who would win? A Jap?
What were those? What are these things? I don't know.
Who would win? A Japanese Navy. One bushy boy. Claiming land no one wants.
I'm so
Taking
confused.
land from natives. Conquering land from other countries. Making more land.
Yeah.
USA. No.
Dutch in there. Your waterworks and infrastructure, feats of engineering, pretty cool. Battling the sea, taking over all the land.
Nobody could ever
Reclaiming
top
that
our
land.
weird election. The Netherlands. Hold my beer. How to talk to Dutch people in 2050. Wrong. Correct. Language differences. Tree. Trot. Tre. 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 Boom.
Is a tree called Boom in...
When you give up New York because you found an island full of nutmeg, but then New York becomes a world center and
Was New York initially called New Amsterdam?
nutmeg becomes irrelevant.
I believe it was, right?
This has been the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals.
Okay, wait a second. When you give up New York because you found an island full of nutmeg, but then New York becomes a world center and nutmeg becomes irrelevant. This has been the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals.
Maybe ever.
I'm
History
lost.
teacher. Alright class. Today we are going to talk about the spice trade. Dutch exchange student. I fought for over
I just think of Dune when he brings up the spice trade.
7 years for my independence. Well, I fought for over 8 years. Amateurs. What was that, punk? Amateurs. Just swimming in your battleship across the ocean. Putting your crew in fishing boats and pretending they are fishermen. Hiding on an island and waiting for the war to end. Disguising your battleship as an island.
So what's this? We saw that meme earlier with the warship that looked, it had fauna and trees all over it. Flora, I should say. Disguising your battleship as an island. I want to see this. Dutch battleship disguised as island. Let's check this out. The Abraham... Oh, I don't know how to say this word. Krinchin. Of the Royal Netherlands Navy. Close-up of the foliage used to camouflage the superstructure of the ship. Damn. Nice. Impressive. Distinguished. Okay, very cool. Love it.
The Moluccas. Grow spices. The Dutch. Give me the plant. When you expect the rebels coming through the land, but suddenly you hear the sea speaking Dutch. The North Sea exists. The Dutch. It's free real estate. So you see, that's where the trouble began. That island. That damned island. If people from Poland are called Poles, why aren't people from Holland called holes? Dutch people. Amsterdam 1637. Colorized. Life needs. A quarter of a mile. Tulips. 25 miles. When some kind of army is invading your land, but
But they're pretty flowers.
you flood that land, so they will not take it, and have to leave. So you can focus on beating up the English. Outstanding move. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to check out my other videos as well. Thank you for watching.
Well, I was definitely out of my depth with that one. You guys were probably, every single meme, you're like, nice. And then I'm just like, laser bolts going over my head. Oh well, we do what we can. I still got a kick out of quite a few of them, learned a couple things, and that's where we're at. All right, we shall see you all on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Live long and prosper. That's hard to do. There we go.